Here's why I stopped working at Smosh. So I was working for Smosh around like January until about like mid-June-ish. So I was working there as a marketing assistant and graphic designer. And it was a pretty good job. Like I don't hate Smosh or anything. I just kind of want to talk about my experience. Cause like no shade to Smosh or anything, but I kind of had like a bad time there. And I'm not trying to like expose them or anything, but I just kind of want to talk about it. So there's a lot of cool people that work there. We kind of get to know a lot of them through the Smosh channel. I've been watching Smosh for a long time. So a lot of these people I kind of like recognize because they've like been in videos and stuff like that. Not just the cast, but also like a lot of the crew. They were really nice, very welcoming. It was a pretty nice environment for the most part. But I wanted to talk about one instance that kind of put me off for the rest of my stay there. This is about 2 or 3 weeks before I stopped working there. And this is like the first thing that kind of let the dominoes roll that led to me then quitting. So I'm sitting at lunch, I've been working there for a few months. I'm talking to Eric, who's one of the camera people there. We're just kind of having a regular chat. And then I get a pick on my shoulder and I turn around and it's Shane, Shane Top, the cast member. I haven't really talked to Shane all that much. We've said hi, he's very open. He talks to a lot of people. So, I'd met him and stuff, but we hadn't really like had a proper conversation yet. So I'm curious as to what he wants. And he kind of just stands there and he says this one thing that I'll never forget. So he stands there and goes,
"Mama is hungry. You must feed her."
First of all, what the fuck does that mean? And so I ask him what that's about and he doesn't say anything. He just stands there like this. And so I'm trying to talk to him. He doesn't say a word until out of nowhere, a giant bat comes flying in through one of the windows. And I'm talking like 5 feet wide. It's fucking enormous. And so I can tell in the bat's eyes that it's targeting me specifically. So I start running. I boot it out the door. And so because I don't have a car, I get into someone else's car and just start driving because that thing is going fucking fast. And so some of the other people at Smosh go running out after me being like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And so because I stole someone's car, a bunch of cops start chasing after me. So I'm on the run from the cops. And so, I'm driving for my life. I'm looking behind me. I'm driving for my life. And I crash into a wall and I get knocked out. Lights out. And then I wake up. I'm in a dark, pitch black room sitting by a table, and across from me is Shane Top. And he says those words to me one more time. He says,
"I told you, Mama was hungry."
Which again, I don't know what the fuck that means. But out comes the bat from the darkness, slowly this time, and approaches me and starts nibbling on my arm, starts biting into my skin. So yeah, I just kind of quit there and then. It wasn't really for me. I wasn't really interested after that.